Hello world, how's it going? It's James, your hair transplant host here at Follicle Freedom, and today's video is the 5-month mark. So yesterday was the 1st of September, so it was 5 calendar months yesterday in fact, since I went and got my hair transplant with Elite Hair Transplant in Turkey, Istanbul. Am I happy with the results so far? Hell yeah, I really am. If we go ahead and give you the close-up straight away, then we can carry on with today's video. So here is the recipient site. And now I'll give you a look at the donor site. So you have to forgive the appearance, it is a bit messy at the moment. I've not managed to actually get round to using my clippers and tidying it up, so I have got quite a few flyaways. As you can see, it's a little bit messy on the top, and I've not cut the sides in or anything recently. Probably not done that for about 2 weeks or so now. But as I was saying, I am letting it grow out, and I am trying to get it a little bit longer at the moment. But this week I can really see more filling, so I feel like it's really starting to thicken up on the front. These kind of spotty, bulby little areas are really starting to become less prominent, and I'm really noticing it even more now. So I mean, when I'm facing you like this, it's really very hard to notice them. When I tilt my head down like this, then of course you can see that there's still like thinness on the front. But because I'm quite tall anyway, I'm 6'3", it's generally this kind of profile that people are seeing when they're looking at me, so it's very hard for them to really realise that. So I'm really happy with that at the moment. I'm really happy with the results so far. Do I feel like I've been supported by Elite Hair Transplant? Yeah, absolutely. Like, they've always been there whenever I needed them, and anytime I've needed to ask them a question, they've responded really quickly. I use WhatsApp to message them, and generally speaking, they get back to me within a couple of hours, which is amazing. So I really can't knock them for their dedication, not only to me before the surgery, but also after the surgery as well. I'm also giving some serious thought as to whether I'm going to go back for that second PRP treatment that they said was included within the price. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to get that done within the UK, or whether I'm going to pay the ticket money and get a flight back over there, stop maybe for one night and get the PRP treatment as well, because that was something that was included in the original price. Am I happy with the price that I've paid for the surgery? Absolutely, yeah. I've pretty much paid all of that off now. So really happy with how I've arranged that, how cheap it was, the result that I've got from that, and then also the aftercare that I've received. I haven't got any complaints to make at all to Elite Hair Transplant. This is my first hair transplant, and so I can't tell you whether you should or shouldn't go with them, but what I'm doing is I'm just giving you my experience and letting you know that the experience that I've had from them was excellent. So if you are looking for somebody at the moment, then I think you should seriously consider Elite Hair Transplant. On to question time now. So there's been a couple of questions this week, so we'll look to address them, but to be honest, there's quite a bit of repetition here, so I might stop answering the repetitive questions. And then if you don't see your question answered, then the chances are is I've probably covered that one in a previous video, so you should maybe look back through my previous videos to see whether I've actually answered that previously. I have been having a conversation with Wolf Nitro recently, so he's looking to see when he can actually cut his hair with clippers. I was recommended 3 months, so I didn't cut the front area for 3 months. As soon as the back was healed, I used clippers on the back and sides just to shape it all up a bit. But on the top, because I was still having hairs grow through that were kind of like either original follicles in my head that were pumping hair out, or they were new ones that were just pumping hair out anyway, I found that I was getting a really uneven recipient area, and it made it look even worse. So I was using scissors very carefully, making sure that it was a clean cut and I wasn't pulling away. So I was using scissors to cut my hair, but I didn't use clippers until 3 months after my surgery, and that's what I was recommended. I would probably suggest that you follow any kind of guidance that your hair transplant company have provided to you. This length of time does vary, but given the results that I have at the moment, I can only recommend that you do the same and leave it for 3 months. And grin and bear it, and then finally after 3 months you can cut your hair with clippers and even it out a little bit more professionally. Astrel1337, have you thought about what kind of hairstyle you want once it's filled in? Am I going to try something new? Well, to be honest, mate, this is all new for me anyway. You know, it's been so long since I've had a full hairline. I previously just had this area here, so the only thing that I could really do was this weird kind of quiffy thing. So all of this is new for me at the moment, and I'm actually really just enjoying having a solid hairline at the front. So I'm really just enjoying having short hair, and I'm going to keep it nice and smart and short for the meantime. But like I've said in previous videos, I am slowly grading it upwards, so I'm using like a grade, well, the next haircut that I have, I will use a grade 5, but I'll probably do that at the end of this week. Muzahid, how many grafts was the quote for? I believe the quoted number of grafts was 3,600 grafts. And then not so much a question, but something that I do want to touch on is a conversation that I've been having with a user called Glenn Quagmire at the moment. And we've been talking about finasteride, and he has been shocked that I've chose to use finasteride because it can completely ruin a man's libido. And he seems quite shocked at why I've gone ahead and done this. But this is just one of the reported side effects. It doesn't mean that this will happen to you. It just means that it's a possibility that you might get a reduced libido. If there's something that's going to help you to maintain your already existing hair and prevent further hair loss, then I can't see any reason why you wouldn't try that. And if you do experience a reduced libido as a consequence of that medication, then you can stop that medication. Your libido won't have disappeared. It will come back to you. It's just one of those things that if you don't try it, then you'll never know. But from my experience, I haven't experienced any side effects. There's no erectile dysfunction, there's no reduced libido, I don't have depression. Some of the side effects that I can think of off the top of my head, I haven't experienced any of them. You also mentioned that you've used testosterone before, something that increases libido. I'm not sure if you realize that testosterone also increases the amount of dihydroxytestosterone that you create, and as a result can also lead to further hair loss. I know you're saying that testosterone is this great libido increaser and, you know, brilliant. If you want a high libido, then great, go for it, mate. But what you're also doing is contributing maybe to your hair loss as well. So there's pros and cons to anything that you take, and you should always look to do as much research as possible. But same goes with this one as well, is that you can stop taking testosterone, and that will probably help your hair to restore itself just the same way as you can stop taking finasteride. And if you do experience any of those side effects, they will go away. So it's not that you're going to destroy your libido, it's just that you might experience a reduced libido when you're on finasteride, but none of that is 100% guaranteed. So I'd much rather try something, and it works for me at the moment, so I'm happy to continue to try it. I just thought I'd try and address that rather than going back and forth over the messages. I think that's everything for this week, folks, so thank you for tuning in. Next week will be week 23? Week 23, yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.